Hey, it's Andy Cohen, and we're here to wish the Humane Society of Missouri a happy 150th birthday. Yeah, for 150 years, the Humane Society has been creating second chances for tens of thousands of animals in need. Keep those tails wagging with a $150 Happy Tail gift. That's just $12.50 a month. These two got forever homes. Will you celebrate with us and make every tail a happy tail? Thanks. Yeah, he's saying thank you. Thanks.
So much has changed in the last 150 years, but one thing has remained the same: the Humane Society of Missouri's dedication to helping animals in need. Hi, I'm Randy Knott.
And I'm Allie Corey. Welcome to the Humane Society of Missouri's Second Chances Telethon. Did you know the Humane Society of Missouri is the largest animal welfare organization in the state and one of the largest in the entire country?
Whether it's providing medical care for stray and abandoned animals or rescuing dozens of pets from hoarding situations, the Humane Society of Missouri is there for animals in our community when they need it the most.
We are joined tonight by Humane Society of Missouri President Kathy Warnick and a friend you might recognize, Kathy.
Thank you for having us. Buddy is just one of the countless success stories we're proud to tell. Buddy was abandoned in the middle of the night at one of our adoption centers, and we're so glad he was brought to us. He is happy and healthy as can be after receiving some much needed TLC at the Humane Society of Missouri.
Stay tuned for some incredible accounts of animals who defied the odds and made amazing recoveries. And find out how you can help give animals like Buddy a second chance.
Now, some of these stories may be difficult to watch, but the good news is each one has a happy ending thanks to the generosity of people like yourself.
And we are absolutely thrilled to announce that your donations tonight will go even further. Thanks to Purina, they are generously matching all gifts made through this program up to $25,000.
Every donation, large or small, will make a huge difference in the lives of homeless or abused animals. So give us a call at 877-803-0078 at any time to make your gift.
Our phone bank volunteers, Buddy and myself included, will be standing by to take your calls.
And as a special thank you, give the $150 level or more and you'll receive this fantastic tumbler that's just $12.50 a month to change the life of animals right here in our community.
The number of animals helped by the Humane Society of Missouri is staggering. We wish we could share every story with you, but that would take much longer than an hour.
So cuddle up with your pets and enjoy a few of our very favorite heartwarming tales from the Humane Society of Missouri.
The Humane Society of Missouri would like to thank our matching sponsor, Purina, and our other generous sponsors, the Gatesworth Heisey Advisory Group and Suntrip Ford. And thank you to our staff, volunteers, and supporters for helping make second chances possible for so many wonderful animals. Call our toll-free number, 877-803-0078, or you can make a secure donation at our website, hsmo.org.
Imagine a visibly healthier pet in 28 days. Purina One, natural ingredients in powerful combinations for radiant coats, sparkling eyes. Purina One, one visibly healthy pet. Try digestive health with probiotics for dogs. Dogs have evolved, but their nutritional needs remain instinctual. That's why there's Purina One True Instinct. High protein for strong muscles. A different breed of natural nutrition. Purina One True Instinct. Also in grain-free for dogs and cats.
Our first story starts with the rescue of a little pug who was so thin you could see each of her ribs. She hardly had the energy to stand and was suffering from multiple infections and parasites.
Thankfully, life is a lot different now for Peanut, thanks to the caring staff at the Humane Society of Missouri.
This was a massive investigation. We pulled up with a team of 6 people to remove some animals that were in a horrid condition. Once you opened the doors, there was tons of little dogs just barking. They were all in very poor condition, very, very thin. This was the most horrid case I'd ever worked.
Peanut was a small pug that was in a wire crate. My first thought was, I've never picked up a pug that weighed so little before. It was like picking up a piece of china, very fragile. She did not appear to have any body fat. Every part of her spine was sticking up. You could see every rib, every hip bone. She was barely alive.
When we got them out and walked them out, it was like the first time they'd ever been on grass.
These dogs needed immediate intervention.
Peanut came in with about 34 other dogs from a rescue. She was skinny as can be. Well, about a week after we got Peanut, We went back out to the property. In one of the buildings on this property, I found a collar attached to a cage holding a dead dog. And that collar had a rabies tag.
From that one single rabies tag, which went back to a Texas veterinary clinic, unfortunately, what they were telling me is, well, the people had moved, they're no longer in the area. They did find one other piece of information that could help us, and that was an email address. So ultimately, I sent them a picture of the dog that we had. They immediately responded and said, that's our Peanut. But then my very next thought is, would they be able to take her back? And they immediately said, oh yes. In fact, they said, we will drive to come and get her. At that point, Peanut was not physically able to travel. This was a dog still in a very fragile state. And they understood all of that. And they knew, you just tell us when to come and we'll be there. And we stayed in communication over the next month. As Peanut was progressing, I would call and give them updates and reports. And finally, the day came when the medical team said, Peanut's probably strong enough to travel now. And so, of course, I had the great pleasure to call her family and say, guess what? Peanut can come home. It was just beyond wonderful. They were so worried that Peanut wouldn't recognize them. And I told them, no worries. Trust me, when she hears the sound of your voice and gets close to you, she's gonna know. And if you get to see the next clip, then you'll see it happen in real time.
Dogs remember who love them. And when they have a long experience with a family that loves them, they are so happy to see their people again. And that really elevates their level of happy. Even if they're a normally happy dog, the ecstasy you see when they get back to the people that they knew is just so wonderful.
What an amazing story. The Humane Society's Animal Cruelty Task Force really goes above and beyond to help out animals like Peanut. Up ahead, we'll see what happened when Peanut was reunited with her family and where she is today.
But first, let's check in with Kelly Jackson, who is over in our phone bank where your calls have been coming in this evening.
Thank you, Allie and Rennie. And yes, the calls have been coming in, but we need these phones to really ring. We need everyone on the phones, and that number to call, 877-803-0078. Joining me right now is Debbie Hill. She is VP of Operations here at the Humane Society of Missouri. Thank you.
Hi, Kelly. Nice to be here, and I just can't wait to share the rest of Peanut's story with you and how much being able to help rescued animals find their happy ending. Sorry.
Well, it is emotional because the work that you do with the Animal Cruelty Task Force is amazing. And helping dogs like Peanut, how fulfilling is that? And it's so emotional.
It is, and our team actually often works in harsh conditions and gut-wrenching situations, but helping animals like Peanut and seeing their wonderful happy endings is what makes it all worthwhile for every single one of us.
And there are thousands of cases like Peanut. So explain and let our viewers know how important it is for their donations to help other Peanuts.
Donations is what really saves these animals because our hotline rings every single day, meaning that more animals are waiting for a rescue, just like Peanut was. And without the help of our community, we can't answer that call. And we have to be there for the animals in St. Louis and really all across Missouri because they're counting on every one of us.
And that is important to note because, yes, you do a lot of work here in the St. Louis area, but you do just as many cases in the surrounding areas.
Absolutely, and often we are the only agency that can get in and do what needs to be done. It's getting the animals out of harm's way. It's supporting the animals, giving them time and that medical support so they can recover, and then helping them find their forever home, or in Peanut's case, it was a very special home.
And boy, it's not a dry eye when you see that. And it's emotional for you too.
It is. If you're like me, then you're gonna have to have a tissue here in the next few moments. But I promise you, they will be happy tears, just as they were for us. And you can see it's been a story in the making, but it is the closest to our heart. It's what really powers us all.
Debbie Hill, thank you so much. And you have a cute little puppy there. And we need these phones to ring. Everyone who's not on the phone, how about standing up? Standing up until your phone rings. The number to call, 877-803-0078.
Thanks so much, Kelly. After weeks of medical care from the Humane Society of Missouri's veterinarians and nutritious food from Purina, Peanut was on the mend. All the while, the Animal Cruelty Task Force was working diligently to reunite Peanut with her original owners in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it was these efforts that brought Peanut and her family back together at last and made this sweet reunion possible.
I tell you, our heart just goes out to you. Yeah, I said you would make a great detective.
Yes,
you would. I can't believe
Yeah.
it's a miracle.
Yeah. Yep. It was just, you know what I think? I think it was popcorn looking out for Peanut. Yeah. That led us to it.
Oh, look at her.
Why, Peanut?
What's that? Oh. Hey, Peanut. How are you? Oh. Oh. Peanut. Oh. Hey. Hey. Yes.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
Oh, I love you.
Peanut. I'm so glad we found you. Yes. No.
Yeah.
You are some. Yes. Yes.
She recognized you. And she kissed your face.
Yes, she did. Just like she did before. Oh, Peanut. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Well, we're going to take you. We're going to take you home with us. Yes. 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 You won't be lonely anymore. Yeah.
You know that they say dogs can't talk, but she just did,
does.
didn't she?
Yes.
Thank you folks so
you're
much.
welcome.
It's okay. Yes, we came and got you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
We're a family again.
It's so nice to see you, Peanut.
These are tears of joy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, she likes to walk.
I don't think really words can express our thanksgiving for the people at the Humane Society here in St. Louis and in Missouri for bringing Peanut back home to us.
Every time I see a story like this, it just amazes me how much unconditional love that animals have to give us.
It is so true. And when you watch that moment, Peanut recognizes Sandra and Clarence, you can tell she is so happy to be back in their arms. A dog remembers. This is just one of the many reasons it's so important to end the abuse of these innocent animals.
We hope you'll consider a gift of $150 this year in honor of the Humane Society's 150th anniversary. It's your generous support that will make it possible to see even more animals like Peanut.
Did you know that you can do that with a monthly gift of just $12.50? That's just a little over $3 a week. So call now at 877-803-0078 or visit us online at hsmo.org and help make 2020 a better year for our animals.
We hope you'll stay tuned because we have so many more amazing animal stories coming your way from the Humane Society of Missouri.
Imagine a visibly healthier pet in 28 days. Purina One, natural ingredients in powerful combinations for radiant coats, sparkling eyes. Purina One visibly healthy pet. Try digestive health with probiotics for dogs. Dogs have evolved, but their nutritional needs remain instinctual. That's why there's Purina One True Instinct. High protein for strong muscles. A different breed of natural nutrition. Purina One True Instinct. Also in grain-free for dogs and cats.
My name is Ken Heisey, and I'm an independent financial advisor. What's your vision for retirement? Our firm has the freedom to help you pursue the retirement of your dreams. When I meet with families, our first visit is all about getting to know you. Then we design a plan together that's built around you, not some cookie-cutter approach. Being an independent financial advisor gives me that freedom. Come in and sit down with me so I can help you achieve your retirement dreams.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, tonight's Second Chances Telethon has featured heartwarming stories of animal rescue and rehabilitation from the Humane Society of Missouri.
One of the most incredible things about this organization is that they make sure the animals have great medical care, but they also ensure the animals are getting the socialization and training they need. It can make such a difference.
That was definitely the case for Doc, who you'll meet in just a moment. With some expert care and lots of TLC, he's now one happy cat.
Doc was brought in by a concerned citizen that had found him as a stray and brought him to our facility for care. It was noticeable that he had an injury to his tail that had caused a severe infection. He was then seen by our veterinary staff to get a plan of action.
Yeah, Doc had a tail injury when he came in, and that was severely infected and what they call starting to get necrotic, die away, very much like gangrene. And if we would have left it go, it would not have healed on its own. It just would have allowed that infection to get into his bloodstream and spread to all of his other tissues. So the decision was made to do a tail amputation and remove the dead, infected portion of the tail.
So one of the things that Doc was able to benefit from was our feline enrichment program that is headed by our volunteer staff. They come in on a daily basis and they get to spend some quality time with our felines here. Everything from playing with laser pointers and little crinkle balls to getting them acclimated to sitting and being groomed and pet with a brush or with a hand. They get a little bit more enrichment that way rather than sitting in a kennel and just watching people go by.
Doc is more of an evening cat, so throughout the morning he is interested when the dogs eat because he thinks maybe he can get a little bit. Then pretty much all afternoon he's hanging out in the bed, waiting for you to come in to pet him and snuggle him. And in the evening is when he's out and about. It's when he'll play with his toys and come and play with you. And we're just so excited to have Doc at our house. He fits in so well, and it's so nice to have a friend for our other cat and for us. And we just want to thank the Humane Society for saving Doc, for doing this medical care for him, and so that we could adopt him. And we've been able to go back to the other side of the Humane Society with the Mid-America Veterinary Care, and they've taken great care of Doc too. So it's been a great experience overall. I think there was a hole in our heart, and I think that it was Doc shaped. Doc fit in just perfect.
So without donations from people in the St. Louis area and our supporters, we would not be able to do things like help Doc. So we really encourage anyone, if they have the opportunity, to make a donation to the Humane Society of Missouri to help these pets and future pets.
What a sweet cat.
It's amazing that even after going through such trauma, Doc is so loving towards people.
He wouldn't be where he is today without the help of the Humane Society medical team, staff, and animal enrichment volunteers.
Yeah. We're just so grateful they provide the level of care for animals like Doc. Can you believe that the Humane Society of Missouri has been around now for 150 years? In celebration of this huge milestone, we're inviting you to give $150 this year in honor of their birthday.
And if you give tonight, that amount will be doubled by Purina. It's the perfect time to give.
If you're just tuning in to tonight's Second Chances Telethon, we've been sharing just a few of the incredible stories of rescue and rehabilitation and rehoming. Our next story follows a puppy named Felicity, who is alive today thanks to the team at the Humane Society of Missouri.
When little Felicity was found suffering from mange and malnourishment, it was unclear whether she would recover. But the Humane Society of Missouri veterinarians and shelter staff worked tirelessly to give her the care she needed to recover and become a spirited, affectionate puppy.
The entire property was infested with fleas. Felicity was the first dog that actually came near us during the rescue. It was very apparent that the dog was uncomfortable, it was in pain, and it just wanted to be helped.
Felicity came in and she was so sad and so scared, and she was bald and covered in scabs and fleas and ticks. We examined her and we found that on top of the fleas and ticks that we could see, she had 2 types of mites that were microscopic buried under her skin. So we gave her antibiotics and medicated baths and medications to directly treat her parasites and the mites, and with time and energy and several months of special care, she went from scared and sick and infected to happy and healthy and bouncy and fluffy.
One of the perks of this job is we do get to spend quality time with these pups, and especially the ones that need that little extra care. So a lot of times I would take a break from my normal tasks and be able to get Daisy and bring her into either my office or one of our get acquainted rooms, and we would just introduce a couple new toys a day and sit with her and let her play and start being a puppy. It was so remarkable to watch her just blossom at that point.
I've always wanted a dog ever since we lived in California, and I think if it weren't for my bribing, then we probably would not have a dog right now. But I'm really glad that my mom gave it a chance.
We went to the Humane Society on a great day, and out of the probably 15 cages they had, the glass cages there, she was the only dog available.
Yeah, she was like the only dog there, which is really strange, but yeah, so that was sort of like a sign in a way that we knew that she was the one.
Daisy is very cheery in the morning, about 7 o'clock every morning. She is so perky and she tears around here and she gets her squeaky toy. She loves to play, whether I'm throwing the ball or not. She'll kick the ball herself and chase it, and so she's been fun.
Okay, so sometimes me and my mom, we play catch, and I'll throw it to my mom, then she'll run to my mom, and then my mom will throw it back to me, and then she'll run to me, and so it's just like running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And if we drop the ball, then she just sprints straight for it.
I'd really like to thank the Humane Society because they saved Daisy and we got to bring her into our family.
Wow. It's incredible to think that in just a few months, Felicity went from being timid and incredibly sick to being a healthy and playful puppy.
It really makes you think. There is so much hope for an animal who is rescued and given the right treatment. We don't want to know what would have happened if someone hadn't called the Humane Society of Missouri, but we are certainly glad they did.
Now that is why every gift, large or small, really matters. Each and every dollar raised tonight helps rescue animals like Felicity from the hands of their abusers so they can be placed into the loving arms of their adopters. That's what this is all about, folks, giving animals a second chance.
Kelly Jackson is over in our phone bank where our amazing volunteers are taking your calls. Let's check in with her now to see how things are going.
All hands are on deck, Allie and Rennie. You know, we have amazing volunteers, and we also have an amazing president of the Humane Society of Missouri, Kathy Warnick, and you have a little friend, Buddy.
I have cute little Buddy. We're just taking a quick break from answering the phones tonight to thank everybody for supporting us, and especially Purina. We are thrilled to let everybody know that they are doubling everyone's donation up to $25,000 tonight.
So if you make a $100 donation, it's $200.
Exactly. And you can see their check right here. We are thrilled to be able to let people provide a donation or ask them to provide a donation that is going to be doubled, and it means the world to the animals that we help.
Absolutely. They are such great partners. You guys also have a birthday. You're celebrating a birthday.
We most certainly do. We are 150 years old, if you can believe it,
well, you
Kelly.
Guys look fabulous.
Well, thank you. We are thrilled to be celebrating our 150th birthday, and tonight is about celebration, but it's also about helping ensure that the Humane Society is around for the next 150 years so that we can continue to help animals in need. And we are thrilled that we have other great supporters, Heisey Advisory Group, the Gatesworth, Suntrup Ford, and we are celebrating a really, really special occasion.
And it does take a community, to help with it's an enormous job, really.
It really is. We serve the entire state of Missouri. We are helping literally tens of thousands of animals in need across the entire state of Missouri, animals that are truly in the depths of despair, and we are oftentimes the only ones there to save them, and we are thrilled to be able to do that. And it's the supporters, those people that are calling in tonight, that are helping us provide that safety net, that second chance at a happy and healthy life for all those animals out there that need rescuing.
And I want to say thank you for being in the community and being there for homeless animals and those in need for 150 years. It's truly amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
And in honor of that 150-year celebration, if you donate $150 or more, that's really just $12.50 a month. You will get a tumbler if you donate $150, and everyone who donates gets a decal. Remember, the number is 877-803-0078. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Kelly, and thanks to everyone who has donated tonight. If you haven't yet, our phone bank volunteers want to hear from you.
Yes, please keep those phones ringing. This next story follows a sweet little puppy who was found abandoned on the side of the road. Sadly, she had bleeding wounds on both of her ears where someone had brutally tried to crop them.
It's fortunate that a Good Samaritan found her and brought her to the Humane Society of Missouri. She required immediate surgery to recover from this cruel abuse.
This resilient puppy quickly stole the hearts of everyone who met her, and it's impossible not to be inspired by her special story.
Let's take a look now at Gloria's story, how she's doing today, and how she earned her name.
When I first met Gloria, she was wrapped in a piece of material that was blood-stained. And when we unwrapped that, you could see the brutality of her injuries.
Gloria came in the summer of 2019. She was brought in by a Good Samaritan who had found her by the side of the road. She had been brutally misfigured by some unknown person who cut parts of both ears off. She was very shy when she first came in, but she was always really good for her treatment and her care and her bandage changes. And after a few days, we were able to get enough healthy tissue there and things started to heal. And so we sent her down to the Animal Medical Center of America, where the surgeons there performed a wonderful job of reconstructing both ears.
We did everything we could to go and get the junk out of there that was affecting her. I was able to minimize any tension on those sutures, that helped allow it to heal. Using the laser therapy and being able to incorporate that in, it was really a team effort by everybody coming together for this puppy to help her and hopefully set her up for a long future and a new home.
I think the most rewarding part about owning a dog is her loyalty. And they love you unconditionally. And I think they teach you things. I think they teach you how to be compassionate and how to love. Gloria is the funniest dog ever. And she's also a cuddler. She just wants to be with you 24/7. I'm sitting on the couch, she is laying right next to me. I was browsing Facebook one evening and saw Gloria's story on a post from the Humane Society. And I just kind of followed the story the whole time because I thought, how sad for that poor dog that someone would be that cruel to her. And when I saw Gloria's story, I feel like she needed to be loved, and I just thought that she would be the perfect fit for our family. Adding Gloria to the family has made my family a little more active because she has all this puppy energy and all she wants to do is just play 24/7. She's just a ball of energy. So I kind of have to adjust myself to that. And my older dog, he's kind of like, oh, I don't know about this, but he deals with her, and then she has other puppy friends that come over and play and kind of wears her out and gives me a little time off. Everyone should consider adopting a dog. It adds so much to your family, adds so much to your life. I could not imagine my household without her. She just kind of fulfilled us.
What an inspiring recovery. We're so glad that we could share Gloria's story with you tonight, and we're so glad she was able to find a perfect forever home thanks to the Humane Society of Missouri.
Did you know that you can support dogs like Gloria through a Forever Friend sponsorship? You'll even get this cute little Gloria plush.
It looks just like her. Now this would make for a great gift.
It really would. And whether you sponsor a Forever Friend like Gloria or you make a monthly donation, every dollar you give goes to helping animals in need.
That's right. We hope you'll consider giving right now because your donation tonight will be doubled. That's right, doubled, up to $25,000 thanks to Purina.
So give us a call right now at 877-803-0078 or visit hsmo.org to help animals like Gloria get the medical treatment they need and find the forever home they so deserve. Your gifts support animals like Natasha, who we'll meet in just a moment.
Now this sweet dog fell off of a highway overpass in the middle of the night. Her injuries would have been impossible to survive without treatment, but that's not where this story ends. Thankfully, Natasha was brought to the Humane Society of Missouri.
The first time I saw Princess was in a picture at the Humane Society. They have a book that for dogs that are ready to be adopted, but they're not out in the kennels yet. And she was just out for a walk and they had brought her in and there she was. And she was so happy and there was other children around. And so I knew that she'd be good with our grandson who was with us when we adopted her. My husband is a stay-at-home husband. He takes care of the house. I'm a nurse and I work outside the home. So it gets lonely here. So bringing Princess home gave him a companion while I'm at work to keep him company. Our grandson she keeps him active and just loves on us so much. And for us to get that love and to be able to give the love back, it really makes our hearts happy. I think it's really, really important to have a dog in the house when you have children. It teaches them responsibility, that they're a living creature and needs to be fed and taken care of and let outside and given a bath. It also teaches them love and kindness, and it keeps them busy, wears them out a little bit so that maybe they'll take a nap or sleep through the night. I would just love to thank the Humane Society from the bottom of my heart for giving us the opportunity to bring Princess home.
It never ceases to amaze me. Dogs can be so loving and kind even when they have suffered so much. To see how happy she is now, it just warms your heart. Would you like to help heal dogs like Natasha so they can find a loving home? Give now to the Humane Society of Missouri.
Your donation tonight goes twice as far with a generous match by Purina. So don't wait. Call 877-803-0078 now. Our phone bank volunteers are standing by and waiting to talk to you.
Speaking of our phone bank, there is one Kelly Jackson there now, and she has a few special friends she'd like you to meet. Hey, Kelly.
Hi there, Allie and Rennie. We are here with the family of Princess. We have Peggy, and we have Jay, and we have Grandpa here. Thanks for joining us. And you were looking at the video, and you were like, oh, wow, I didn't see him all bandaged up.
Yeah, we didn't see her. We didn't see the injury pictures and the recovery pictures. We just saw the picture of her when we went to adopt her.
Needless to say, Princess is a miracle dog.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, what she went through, jumped off a 30-foot overpass onto her leg and her face. And for her to be sitting here today and seeing pictures of her run, it's absolutely a miracle.
And it's really thanks to the Humane Society and the work that they did to help rehabilitate her and everything.
Absolutely. Without the help from donations and the Humane Society and the doctors and the nurses and the volunteers, there's no way she would be here with us right now.
Okay. Hey, Jay, can I ask you a couple of questions? What's it like? What's your favorite thing to do with Princess? You like running with her and playing with her?
She go ride like a horse.
Ride her like
What
a
is she-
horse.
A typical little 5-year-old saying that.
We don't let him ride her, but he does like to get behind her and give her hugs because that's the best way he can give her a hug.
Oh, I bet they're best friends, though, aren't they?
They are. I don't know if you saw in the video, but whenever he takes a nap or she takes a nap on the couch, they're always together. always together. She's so good with him too, so good. After everything she's been through, for her to be as kind-hearted as she is, it's absolutely a miracle.
And like you were saying, we need to really let people know, if it weren't for the donations that people are giving right now, the number 877-803-0078, we wouldn't see Princess so,
We would not have her as part of our family if it wasn't for the donations. There's just no way to thank people enough for donating because of those donations, we have a new member of our family, and she's outstandingly healthy now.
Well, thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Princess, and thank you, Jay. And again, that number to call is 877-803-0078. We have a volunteer. She's her phone's not ringing, and she's a volunteer at the Humane Society. How long have you been a volunteer?
I've been a volunteer for about a year.
Why is it so important to have an organization like the Humane Society help pets?
They really make a difference. They're providing food and shelter to homeless animals that otherwise would be on the streets and suffering. So they are a fantastic organization. So thank you all for your support.
Okay, but we need her phone to ring. 877. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Kelly. We're joined again by Humane Society of Missouri President Kathy Warnick, who's here to tell us all about an amazing horse named Twister.
Now, many of our viewers have met Twister before, but you may not know about the incredible story of how he arrived at Long Meadow Rescue Ranch.
That's right, Rennie. Even though this story begins 13 years ago, I still remember it like it happened yesterday.
We are celebrating Twister's 13th birthday here at Long Meadow. Twister came to Long Meadow when his mom was pregnant with him, so he was actually born here the following year. His mom, named Mama, was rescued as one of the 42 equines that were in a trailer wreck accident in September of 2006. Twister's story is very unique. He loves people, he loves interacting with people, he's comical, he enjoys being on camera, he kind of fell into that role as the perfect mascot for Long Meadow. One of Twister's interesting characteristics is he is very mouthy. So we tell stories sometimes about kids come to visit him and he'll zip and unzip their coats, and he's very handy with his mouth.
I had seen something on the internet about animals painting, and knowing how Twister is and his personality and how he loves to entertain people, I went to Linda and to Amanda, and we had a conversation, and they came to me and said, could you teach Twister to paint? Positive reinforcement in training, whether it be an animal or even your child, is a good way to get results that you want. There's no fear involved. We follow his lead with what he wants to do and how long he wants to paint. And he knows that if he does a stroke and he hears that click, that there's going to be a reward coming. Twister paints for us once or twice a week, and we are just so happy, so pleased, and so excited because this is just another added dimension to his personality. He is a performer. He likes being in front of the crowd. Twister's favorite audience to paint for are children. He loves being in front of the kids and performing. And we take that very seriously because our mission is to educate. And here at the ranch, when we have the opportunity to have the kids in front of us and we can show them what it's like to rescue, rehab, and to rehome these animals, it is a great privilege. He helps us spread our message and our mission to rehabilitate these neglected and abused animals.
We do have numerous paintings of Twisters for sale on our website, and we also have paintings for sale here in his gallery at the ranch. So you can visit during our open house hours to be able to purchase a painting. Those are every Friday from noon to 3 and every Saturday from 11 to 3. Come to our open houses at Long Meadow and check out the gallery, and you can pick out your own original piece of Twister artwork to take home.
Twister's story still amazes me, even 13 years later, and I got to tell you guys, I am a fan of his paintings.
Yeah, just look at this. Can you believe this was painted by a horse?
He really is talented, and he has so much personality. If you haven't met Twister, we'd love for you to come visit him at our Long Meadow Rescue Ranch in Union, Missouri. And while you're there, you can pick up one of his beautiful paintings from the gift shop.
You really need to visit because it's such a beautiful place. If you're inspired by what you've seen so far tonight, we hope you'll consider giving $5, $10, $20 or more to the Humane Society of Missouri. There are so many more animals who need our help.
At the Humane Society of Missouri, no animal is turned away. Whether they need medical treatment or have a long road of recovery ahead, every animal is given the love and care they deserve, and this is only possible through your support.
If you haven't yet, please give us a call at 877-803-0078 or visit hsmo.org and make your gift to give animals like Twister a second chance.
We will return and meet more amazing animals who are rescued from tragic hoarding situations. First, though, a message from a very special friend of the Humane Society of Missouri.
Hey, it's Andy Cohen. I just want to take a second from Playing with Buddy to thank you all for being here. Thanks so much for your support of the Humane Society of Missouri and their efforts in helping abused and neglected animals. The person who introduced me to animals and pets was my Aunt Judy Allen, who's been involved with the Humane Society for a long time. So when I got my dog, she was the first person that I called, and she certainly inspired me to rescue because of all of her years working with the Humane Society. Pets are important in people's life. They're buddies. They force us to open our heart up to taking care of something other than ourselves. They are companions. There's no prejudice with an animal. They're just sweet. They're hopelessly devoted to you. Anytime you need a hug, they're there for you. Anytime you need a cuddle. And there's nothing better for me than just the warmth of my puppy. Rescuing a pet is simply the only thing you can do if you're looking for a pet. I mean, you're saving the pet, you're saving yourself. 150 years of the Humane Society, it's incredible. I mean, the support of the community keeps it going. There's always a need. It enriches everybody's lives, and it's been a constant in the community for 150 years. That's really saying something. I give it up to the Humane Society. So this is Andy signing off with Buddy. Wave goodbye. Together, let's make every tale a happy tale.
Imagine a visibly healthier pet in 28 days. Purina One, natural ingredients in powerful combinations for radiant coats, sparkling eyes. Purina One visibly healthy pet. Try digestive health with probiotics for dogs. Dogs have evolved, but their nutritional needs remain instinctual. That's why there's Purina One True Instinct. High protein for strong muscles. A different breed of natural nutrition. Purina One True Instinct. Also in grain-free for dogs and cats.
If you're just now joining us, we've been taking a look at the incredible but true tales of animal rescue from the Humane Society of Missouri. These stories are made possible by your donations. We've just gotten an update from our phone bank, and we want to say thank you to everyone who called in tonight. Please, if you haven't picked up the phone, give us a call at 877-803-0078 and make your gift now. You can also donate at hsmo.org.
Your support helps animals like those rescued from a tragic hoarding situation in Hickory County. 25 dogs and 1 cat were left to fend for themselves after their owner passed away. Thankfully, the Humane Society of Missouri was there to rescue these starving, scared animals.
So the call originated from the Hickory County Sheriff's Department, and they told us about a residence where the owner had apparently died, but living inside the home was 25 to 30 small dogs that were going to need our assistance right away. Once our team goes in and they start bringing animals out, they're going to be brought out one at a time, very secure. They're immediately sort of given that human comfort from our investigators on the scene. Even though they may appear alien to the animal, it's the touch, it's the sound of the voice that can help calm them. And then we immediately start getting them registered on our inventory list so that we can identify each individual animal. We're making notations about what that animal's condition is, so that can be relayed to the medical team back at the Humane Society for when the animals arrive. They're prepared to begin their medical treatments right away.
One actually needed emergency care right away. It was within hours of death. If the Animal Cruelty Task Force had not been on the scene, that dog would have been dead the next day. These dogs were matted, their coats were greasy and matted down with having lived in the filth of the urine and feces inside the trailer. And so we had to more or less decontaminate all the dogs, and the dogs that were matted have been shaved down and had baths to get this nasty stuff off of them. Other dogs with shorter hair coats, like the dogs that are several of the dogs under a year of age have shorter coats. They just got bathed. They didn't need to be totally shaved down. As they're handled, their true personality starts to show up days and 1 or 2 weeks later, and that's what these dogs are doing, is they're making good progress on showing a true individual personality for each and every one of them as they come out of their shell-shocked state.
It's a process to rebuild an animal's health, and that's what that's what really sets us apart, I think, in being able to immediately get animals out of harm's way and then help them begin that process. And then everyone loves that happy ending where the rescue's not final until the animal goes home.
The needs of these dogs is not cheap, but we do need the donations to help further care for these dogs and the other dogs out there in parts of Missouri that need our help, that need your help to help recover and find their forever home.
We're immensely grateful for the support we get from the St. Louis community and beyond, because that really does make the difference between life and death. And that's the only way that we can send the team out to do the amazing things that they do. If you see an animal in peril, in distress, you can call our 24-hour hotline, which is 314-647-4400. And that way we can make sure that the animals get the help that they deserve.
We're so glad we could share these stories like these with you, because you are the reason these happy endings are possible.
Let's take a moment to check in with Kelly Jackson now over at our phone bank, and we hear those phones ringing, Kelly. It sounds like a lot of calls are coming in.
They are. A lot of callers are coming in. And again, the number is 877-803-0078. We have some special guests. We have Dr. Mark Wright, and we have Hope. Dr. Wright is the Director of Shelter Services at the Humane Society of Missouri, and Jessica Crampton is with the unbelievable team at the Animal Cruelty Task Force. And when you all first got Hope, you said she weighed even less than she does now.
Skinny as she is now, she weighed even less. She was quite emaciated. Her and all her friends that came in from this property were mostly all emaciated. Not only did Hope have a life-threatening infection, but at least 2 other dogs had life-threatening infections, just not as severe as hers.
Jessica, you were there. You helped rescue Hope.
Yes, I did. Yes, I got a call from Hickory County and said that they needed assistance with some dogs that were left in a house. Their owner had passed, and so they needed some immediate assistance from us.
The amazing work that you all do, you rescue thousands of animals every year. So the donations are so important so we can rescue animals like Hope.
Absolutely. Without these donations, our job's not possible. So we're able to go out and do the good work and save these animals and get them recovered and get them into homes that they need due to these donations. They're very much appreciated.
Dr. Wright, Hope is on the way. She's on the road to recovery, but it's expensive treating animals like this.
It's very expensive. Hope required around-the-clock care for multiple days, but because of donations from the people out in our audience, they allow us to help Hope, Princess, the other animals that have been seen tonight. Those donations help these dogs and many, many others.
When you treat these animals, you really treat them like they're your family.
My job is to help get them better so we can get them into their forever home and help give these dogs their second chance that donations from the people out in our audience help provide. These dogs need that second chance, and we can get them hopefully a better home.
All right, thank you, you guys. Once again, that number to call is 877-803-0078. The phones are ringing, but we need more donations. Remember, Purina will match your donation. They will double your donation. So give us a call at 877-803-0078.
Thank you so much, Kelly. It sounds like we have a lot of animal lovers watching tonight. We're so glad you're calling in.
We've seen many cases where a single animal needed help, but what happens when dozens of animals are in danger? Thankfully, that's where the Humane Society of Missouri comes in.
Get ready for a behind-the-scenes look at the incredible rescue of over 60 animals from a hoarding situation. These images can be hard to watch, but like all the stories tonight, this one has a happy ending. These are transformations you have to see to believe.
So when we arrived to the property is very unkept. The trees are growing up in the yard. But once you actually finally made it into the house, you had an S path that kind of went through the kitchen with dogs stacked on top of each other that you had to get around, and the floor had caved in, so these kennels were at an angle with dogs inside of them. There was cats mixed throughout the dogs. It was disgusting.
A lot of the animals that were in wire crates, we had to cut the fronts off of the wire crates because they were crammed in there with newspaper, and as the animals urinated on it, it swelled up, and then they would get stuck in the wire crates.
One dog was in a crate that it actually could not stand up. It had to lay in its crate, and that's all it could do. It was heartbreaking to see that. There was cobwebs everywhere. The ammonia was off the charts. It was hard to breathe in there, so I can only imagine how these dogs felt being stuck in there all the time.
I believe it was around 60 animals that we removed that day. The condition of the animals varied. They had fleas. A lot of them had upper respiratory issues where they were coughing and sneezing.
When we made our way through the path of the house, some of the dogs that would greet us at the fronts of their cages, their little tails would be wagging, and you could tell they were really happy to see us. Considering these dogs' conditions and how they had been treated, it was amazing to me that they were still so happy to see a person and forgiving and loving.
Once we started pulling the animals out and they could get outside and get out of those cramped cages and get some fresh air, yes, they warmed up quickly and were very happy to see us.
When we're able to do rescues like this and save these animals, this is why we do what we do. This is the reason why we go to work every day and we drive around the state, and it just makes you feel good at the end of the day being able to help.
So once we were able to get all the animals out and inventoried and loaded into the rescue trailer, it took us approximately 8 hours to get back to Mackland that night due to the weather conditions, the snow and ice and just the extreme cold. It was a very, very long trip, but it was well worth it to help those dogs. It gives me a sense of accomplishment, something I'll be very, very grateful for the rest of my life, being able to help the animals that we have helped over the last several years.
Thank goodness the Humane Society of Missouri is so dedicated and persistent. If they hadn't been there, who knows what would have happened to these animals?
We've only seen part of this amazing story. When we come back, we'll show you how these animals were brought back to health and given a chance to find loving and forever homes.
The Humane Society of Missouri would like to thank our matching sponsor, Purina, and our other generous sponsors, the Gatesworth Heisey Advisory Group and Suntrup Ford. And thank you to our staff, volunteers, and supporters for helping make second chances possible for so many wonderful animals. Call our toll-free number, 877-803-0078, or you can make a secure donation at our website, hsmo.org.
Imagine a visibly healthier pet in 28 days. Purina One, natural ingredients in powerful combinations for radiant coats, sparkling eyes. Purina one visibly healthy pet. Try digestive health with probiotics for dogs. Dogs have evolved, but their nutritional needs remain instinctual. That's why there's Purina One True Instinct. High protein for strong muscles. A different breed of natural nutrition. Purina One True Instinct. Also in grain-free for dogs and cats.
We noticed there was a recent rescue and many dogs were going to be needing a home. So we decided to start looking.
Knowing Banjo's background, we knew that he had had a hard life previous to coming here. So we made sure that we opened up the house to him nice and easy when he first came aboard, and gave him space that he needed. But he opened up within a couple of weeks, and he loves all the neighborhood dogs, and it's a lot of fun because he really enjoys his time now, and he's opened up quite well.
His spirit is definitely high energy. There's some days where we just have to go walk it out or run it out because he does have a lot of energy, as does my 5-year-old son. But then he will curl up and relax on the couch and just be the best family dog that you could ever want.
Banjo and Jack get along great. They're two peas in a pod. They've got a lot of energy. They love to run outside. They have a good time. But what's neat is that Banjo is very respectful of Jack's size. He bumps into him on occasion, but he's always watching out for him, and they're a good tag team. They have a lot of fun together.
They are best friends. When you have an only child, really a dog is your son's best friend. They wake up together, they go to bed together. They keep up with one another.
Banjo is my best friend. We run around and have a lot of fun. Every morning I take the box out from the pantry and I dump it in his bowl.
Jack likes to feed Banjo in the mornings. Jack's still a little too young to walk Banjo because Banjo's so strong, but he loves to go with us on the walks and walks around the neighborhood.
You would have no idea that he went through that kind of trauma and stress. He adapted to our family almost immediately. Anyone that's met him understands that he is a healthy, happy dog that loves to play, loves to eat, and loves people, loves his life. He brings so much joy to our lives. We take him everywhere. We take him on our vacations. We take him on our float trips. We take him to our neighbors' houses. He is part of our lives, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
We're joined once again by Kathy Warnick, president of the Humane Society of Missouri. When animals like Banjo are brought in from these terrible conditions, they need a lot of treatments, don't they?
Absolutely. It's common for animals coming from terrible living conditions to have eye, ear, or skin infections. Many need surgery. They're often severely underweight, and some animals are ready to be adopted quickly, while others need absolutely months of recovery to recover from the trauma, injury, and illness they experienced, and the cost can really add up.
Thankfully, because of your support, the Humane Society of Missouri can give animals like Banjo the best care possible. You help them recover so they can find loving homes.
Now, we want to take a moment to thank everyone who has tuned in tonight, especially those of you who called in to make a gift.
We are immensely grateful for your tremendous support. Your gifts tonight will provide critical medical care and a safe haven, and will help save innocent animals from abuse and neglect, all right here in Missouri.
There's still a few more minutes left to have your gift doubled by Purina. Call us now at 877-803-0078 or visit hsmo.org to make a huge difference for abused, neglected animals. You can give them help, hope, and a home.
The animals that we've met tonight all have one thing in common. They were saved because you stepped in and you helped out.
On behalf of all the animals we have met tonight, thank you.
We'd also like to say thank you to the generous sponsors, including Purina, who have helped make tonight's program possible.
We're confident that the next 150 years will be happier, healthier, and more humane for the animals in St. Louis and throughout Missouri, all thanks to you.
Thank you for joining us tonight, and thank you for making it possible for the Humane Society of Missouri to help animals one happy tail at a time.
Buddy and Luna are helping me wish the Humane Society of Missouri a happy 150th birthday. That's 150 years of second chances and forever homes for animals in need. Help us make more happy tales by giving today. He's saying thank you.